Yo, what's up guys? What you're about to watch is actually a quick clip, about 10 minutes or so, from my last social content mastery event. During this part of the presentation, I went over posing and basic posing for guys to do to take better Instagram photos and generally just get more out of photo shoots in general, because I believe you should be doing them if you are trying to build a presence on your social media. And just for reference, the more good photos you get, the less you have to do photo shoots. So it makes sense to take some time to figure out your angles and learn how to pose. So this is from the last social content mastery. I have another social content mastery coming up July 24th through 27th. I'll post a link here below if you're interested in that. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link. If you're watching this on Instagram, feel free to shoot me a direct message and we can see about getting you a seat for that. So enjoy the presentation. There's a bunch of dudes in this room. The last thing you probably think about is posing. I know, as metrosexual as it sounds, when you're taking pictures, the amount of good pictures you get it's more time for you. When I first started taking pictures with Savannah, we'd spend an hour taking photos, we'd take like 50 to 60 photos, and I'd probably get 3 or 4. Now, out of 60 photos, I probably get 25 to 30. You do have good sides and bad sides, good angles and bad angles. Most people don't really know them yet though. So the only way to know it is to take a bunch of pictures and realize which ones flatter you and which ones make you look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Now, before I get into totally telling you how to pose, also understand that sometimes you just gotta post the picture, because the only thing that's really gonna make any of you guys not successful at creating content is your own head. I don't like how I look in that picture. I don't like how I slurred in that video. I don't like how my face looks, or whatever. You're gonna come up with 150 fucking things every time you turn on the camera or look at yourself. That's you. That's your own shit. You gotta get over that. There's pictures that I post that I'm like, fuck, I don't like how I look fat there. I don't like that angle. But at the end of the day, it's a good picture, and nobody fucking cares. Nobody except for assholes are combing your pictures going, oh yeah, it's a bad angle for you, Ryan, or oh man, did you drink last night? Your face is a little bloated. But you'll see all of this. Now you can edit and you can correct and you can make yourself look the best you can, but at the end of the day, you have to just hit upload. And I don't want to, literally, if you find yourself after we take these, if that's a battle you're having, just make it a goal to just hit upload. I made a video about it, post that shit no matter what. Because you'll notice as you get better, your shit gets good. And you take good pictures and you know your angles. Just myself, for example, the picture of me that I posted Thursday night or Wednesday night from the meetup, I didn't like how I looked in that photo. But that was social proof. That was me showing that everybody came to my event. So I would make more money because I need people to know that people come to my event, regardless of if I think I have you can see my love handle. It really is a mental battle that you will have with yourself. Video and pictures included. And that is the determining factor that will cause you from not putting out content. I guarantee it. And then add in on top of that people commenting, and as you get bigger, people hating. It just makes that worse. But at the end of the day too, you just got to put it up, because the power in just putting it up. So I don't want to rant on that forever, but let's talk about posing now. A couple things. Your face is a big one. Everybody has a good side and a bad side. I don't know what that is on each of you. We can, after today, we'll probably be able to tell. But if you notice in some of my pictures, I do a similar pose, I turn my head to the side. Better jawline. You don't have the gob, as Justin Odom calls it. You don't have a double chin. You don't want to, you want your face to you want a good jawline. You guys are all men, you want to be flattering. So a couple ways to do that if you're trying to go, when you're filming your videos, if you put the camera straight at you, you generally have a little bit of a double chin. If you go a little up and a little tilted down, you got a good jawline. In pictures, just a tiny bit. Now, if you have bad bottom teeth like me, it's a beeline for that, and you'll have millions of fucking comments about your teeth on YouTube. but you have a great jawline. So, but you want to have as good of a powerful face as you can because you guys are projecting, you guys are influencing. So, you know, so you guys, your beard's like keeping your beard nice and trim. You'll start like, I mean, Mike, you got a good like line there. Like you'll find these are little hacks and things that just make you look better. Like there's no way around it. But there also, everybody has a good side. I am not a big fan of angled photos. I never like how I look in an angled photo. So all the ones that me and Savannah usually take, I am standing straight on. I pull my shoulders back as far as I can to where like, you know, it almost hurts that my shoulders are pulled back and I'm flexing so hard. I flex my abs as hard as I can and I tell her to take the picture. Now you have to do all that without looking like you're gonna shit yourself. So it's, you know, it does take practice. A good photo shoot, your abs will probably hurt the next day because you're flexing up the whole time. You know, and the straight-ons, you know, if you are a more built dude, they give you that, and you kind of stand with your feet a little bit, kind of spread apart. I also don't lock my knees because then I look all like, you know, weird. So I leave a little bit of bend in my knees, and I take the straight-on photo. And this, when I do straight-on, you usually see me either looking straight at the camera, but I kind of tilt my head up a little bit, or I tilt my head to the side and kind of look like that. That's so I get no double chin, no jawline, and a good jawline. Next step is like, that's one pose that works for me. But everybody here in this room will probably look good with a straight-on photo. For women, they don't usually take straight-on photos. It's like, yeah, they want to show the curves and they want to like elongate their legs. Like I bought a posing course and I can link it. I can show you the girls' channel. It was like $50. It was actually really informative. This is kind of like a Cliff Notes version of what like I took from it. But like even if you're standing like kind of relaxed, like you want to like your knees are kind of bent, you just want to kind of be chill, but also shoulders back, abs flex, and most people don't know what to do with their hands. That's like a big one. So props, like hold your phone, hold a laptop, put your hand like this, you know, cross your arms, but you don't want to do too many photos where you're like this because that makes you kind of look really closed off and not open. And the idea is to invite people to follow you. So like pictures like this, come here, like same with like hands, don't like wrench your fists, kind of leave your hands like the JC, he did like just a thumb in the pocket, one hand hanging. Like, I mean, like I said, there's millions of variations of all this, but like being mindful of your face, like do I have a double chin? Like,
if you're angry.
Yeah, or if I'm looking angry. And you can have like the stoic look, like most of mine, like I'm not like, you know, you may have a nice smile and like that's a good look for you. I kind of always go like the smirk or like a stoic look where it's not like, he's not mad, he's not happy. Like that's up to you. Like it's just, you know, you got to see which one you like better. But your hands, like any type of props, that's why if you put one hand in your pocket and you hold a camera in the other, and like even when you're like that, like you're kind of like you're not like on your back leg. You're like kind of leaning on it, but really like, but you're still, like it's kind of an art. Like, and you'll find another one that works really good is the seated pose. You guys have probably seen 100 of those pictures that I post up. When you sit down on your chair, when you sit down, it tends to like, so when you sit down, make sure you kind of blouse your shirt up. It gives you like a powerful stance. Plus, you just rest your elbows. You don't have to worry about what your hands are doing. And again, it's up to you if you go straight on. You might have a double chin, or if you just kind of tilt your head to the side, boom. Just make sure your shirt's not so tight that it's like folding into a roll if you have a roll. Most of you guys are pretty lean, you have to worry about that. It's hard, like when you do shit like this, it's kind of like unflattering. So like I only do put those pictures up if I'm like trying to make a point with the caption. But like seated is good. I like sitting on the floor. I mean, you guys can look at my profile. I'll just sit down in the middle of the street because that's kind of, I found that like I just feel like I look good like that. Another thing is like you want to kind of have, when you're doing the hero shots, most of them are always going to be standing. So you want to have like those power poses, like which is like, you know, super flex. These are where you're like really wrenching. You don't want to be slumped over. You're like, you don't want that. You want to be like open, wide. Style becomes a thing in a lot of these. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Just as like what you're wearing for the demographic versus how the picture looks, all of it matters. Good pictures usually have people with good style. So if style is like a weakness of yours, work on it. There's tons of videos on my channel if you want to go back to mine. But those are kind of like, so measure, like the face, seated poses. Like if you go up to the roof, you can probably sit on the ledge, let your feet kind of dangle, lean forward a little bit. You can kind of we'll be up there to coach you. Like I'll be able to tell you what I think looks good and what doesn't. But these are things to be mindful of as you go. And there's, like I said, there's tons of Sorel Amore is the girl that I've bought a course from. She's really, she's pretty badass at it.